up guys, Super K Sharpening. I'm back with another video. So this is my strop setup. This is what I always do off camera. I got my paddle strop here. It's dual sided, but I use this side. I have it set up with the 0.125 micron. That's what that is right there. And then I think I burned the word fart on this side. So I think it's hilarious. So just so y'all can see that. That's right, it says fart, and then I have a smiley face. Good stuff on that. So I pulled out some of my collection. We're calling this one the Stropathon. I have my CRKT, I forget what this thing's called, but I'm trying to get the leather to flatten out, and it's already way better. This thing is so super cool. I absolutely love this thing. CRKT knocks it out of the park. They have the Weehaw, the bit drivers for the bits, the Weehaw. Really, really happy about that. Like I said, I'm trying to get my leather to flatten out some, so when it rolls up, it's a little bit flatter. But this thing is so cool. And then it just snaps all together. Probably won't do a video on this. I might though. Uh-oh. One of my bits fell out, but way cool. I like this thing a lot. But anyway, these are all my knives. The ones you see out in front of you, and then some up here that you can't see. These all are out of my collection, and all I wanted to do was just get a little strop action. I've sharpened every single one of these, and I've used some, and I haven't used others, but I just wanted to kind of get some strop going. So first up, we got my Leatherman Lucha, which I have recently used. I was cutting stuff at work with this, so we get a kind of cleaning there. Let's get some alcohol. I got my rubbing alcohol here. So this is what I always do. My knives, customer knives, you name it. I sharpen them all up on the Wicked Edge. I use the Wicked Edge strops, and then I really like the paddle strops. I like them over here, and kind of finishing up my work with one of these. And like I said, I just reloaded my emulsion. I have 0.125 micron emulsion on this, which I forget what that translates to in grit size, but it translates to very, very sharp. So right now, we got the Kershaw Lucha. Just get a little bit of a strop. So I'm not really pressing down with my left hand here. I'm more so just kind of keeping everything straight in a line. It's just kind of like a support hand. And like I said, all these knives I've already sharpened. They don't need any rehoning. I just wanted to get these going. Ooh, I got some newspaper in front of me. I might make a mess here in my kitchen and cut a bunch of newspaper scraps on the floor. Why not, guys? Huh? Well, got a beautiful mirror edge on that one. Lighting in here is not the greatest, but you'll have to take my word for it that it's very, very sharp. Guitar center, why not? See how it goes. Look at that, you can do wavy cuts. Well, it's not coming through very well on the camera, but there you go, you can see it. It's kind of wavy. So I'm going to work a little bit on there. I'm getting a little bit of a snag. And this is something I do as well. And not only are the paper cuts fun, for me, it tells me if there's any sort of burrs on the knife, if there's any chips in the knives. So I'm not pressing very hard at all on this drop. All I'm doing is just supporting it with my left hand here. But this is typically what I do after I sharpen. I like to use my paddle strap here. And what I do, I don't want to shave my arm, but if it catches my arm here, it usually gets some arm hair on there. That line, those two lines, that's arm hair. So it actually split the hair. So it's not shaving it, it's splitting the hair. That's how I tell if my knives are sharp. It can split hair, or whittle hair, whatever you want to call it. So for me, a dull knife is a knife that can shave, but doesn't split hair. As crazy as that sounds. If I can't whittle hair, I'll take it back to my Wicked Edge or KME or Tormac or whatever system I'm using. I'll usually start with about the 600 grit stones, or maybe 800. Depends on the knife. Depends on how heavily used it is. But usually 600 to 800. I start there. Then I'll work my way back up to the strops and get it back to screaming sharp or scary sharp, or as my best friend calls it, butter knife sharp, which is a kind of a joke in my friend group. Yep, shaving hair. So that guy, so now go over there, and then one more step. Take a microfiber cloth. This one is a microfiber cloth by Kaiser. Super cool. Love Kaiser knives. And then I run it through this microfiber cloth, and man, it polishes it up real nice. This one doesn't have a perfect mirrored edge anymore, but it is very sharp. Sharp enough for me. Split hair. Saw that Kershaw recently made this Lucha in blackwash, and that looks super cool. May have to snag me one of those. Like I said, these are all knives in my collection. Alright, I'm happy with that. So we'll set that guy to the side. Up next, we have my Leatherman P4. This thing's awesome. It runs on magnets, so you can almost flip it around like a balisong. But just want to strop the blade here. Still got the rubbing alcohol, or the isopropyl alcohol, or whatever you want to call it, on there. Clean off your blade. That's the most important part of this process. And then same thing. And that's snagging hair. How about a paper cut test? Raise your hand if you want a paper cut test. Alright. Whoop! That one sharp. Alright. Up next, we've got my customized Elementum in the orange with my initials on there. Alright. don't think I've ever cut anything with this one yet. I haven't really carried it a whole lot. I've been busy sharpening so many knives that I've kind of stuck to one knife. Carried the Kershaw Matrix XL in copper for about an entire month. And that thing's so cool. I was trying to see kind of what sort of patina I would get on the copper, and it's starting to look beautiful. So I haven't really been switching out my knives a whole lot. I kind of fall in love with one, and I carry it for a while, and like I said, I've gotten 2 Elementums. I've gotten, I don't know the right word for that. I got the Ontario Wraith Ice. That thing is so cool. I made a sharpening video about that, so y'all go check that out. Love that knife. It has a really cool blade shape with a big belly. Good for slicing. Oh wow, I'm sorry. I don't like this anymore. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Perfect. Another test I like to do. Granted, this isn't really a fair test because it's that high gloss magazine paper. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You make your cone. So that's sharp enough to cut the ink off the paper. So as you can see, my hand's behind it. So that's that little white part that I cut. That's not a hole in the paper. So my hand's behind it and you can't see it. So that literally was sharp enough to cut the ink off the top of the page. Wow. Up next, we have, like I said, these are all mine. In my collection, we have the Civivi with the marble carbon fiber. And I think I've carried this one once. Love it. I haven't carried it once because of any sort of problem. It's just, like I said, I have gotten a few knives within these past 2 months, and I just kind of get stuck with one that I really like. I love this knife, which I also have a sharpening video of this knife on my YouTube. So, y'all go check that one out. I don't think I've debuted this one at work at all by cutting any tape or boxes, although this one I probably would never cut a box with, cardboard box. No way. I love these Elementums. I have 5 different copies of this one. I love this knife. I want to get the purple one. The purple one is so cool. My best friend just got one. Got his Twitch handle engraved on it. I will be making a sharpening video of that one soon. So there will be a little shout out to his Twitch channel when I sharpen that knife. So y'all will have to stay tuned for that. That's very sharp. So the tip is a little different. Let's get a little bit more action up there. Okay, that's perfect. Up next we have, ooh, this one's a good one. Paragon Warlock, dual edged. Man, that flipped out perfect that time. Oh man, that's exciting. I like that. Sometimes this knife kind of fights with me a little bit in terms of don't want to say flipping because you don't flip it like a ballast